Hey friends, back again for another hike. Just sitting in the garage here thinking about where I was going to go, and I have an idea. So this car has sort of an interesting capability. I can send an address from my phone to the car, and it comes up as like an email in the car that the car receives that has the address embedded, and then you can send that to the navigation system. It's kind of a cool feature, but I actually only use it for one thing, going on these hikes. So I'll look online for where I'm going, get an address, and send it to the car. About 2 weeks ago, I sent an address to the car for one of the tracts for the York Regional Forest, I think, but I never got a chance to go out that day. And it's been sitting, the little mail icon has been sitting in the car for 2 weeks, and I've actually forgotten which or what address it is and where it's going to take me. So what I'm going to do is basically fire up the navigation and just drive to wherever this thing is. So I guess we won't find out where we're going until we get there. All right, we're getting very close now. We're about 2 kilometers away. I will say one thing, wherever we're going here, it is off a relatively major highway. Now, as you can tell, when I say major, that is a relative term. This is a 2-lane, non-divided highway. But this is the major sort of north-south road in this area. So, and it's right off of this, it's about 1.5 kilometers away, and it's right off this road. So, first thing, there better be parking here. Because I don't want to just park on the shoulder of this highway, that's for sure. It's still pretty busy around. There's a lot of cars, and I guess that's what's going on here. It's part of the highway. So here on the left is the Eldred King Woodlands. I think I've actually been in there before. I never filmed it, but got lost in there one time. Not really.
Follow the arrow on the display.
Okay, so we're coming right up on it here. 300 meters. I'm looking for a driveway on the right-hand side. 200 meters.
Follow the arrow on the display.
This is probably it right here.
Reach your destination area in 200 meters.
York Regional Forest Headquarters. Holy cow. What are we doing here? All right.
Follow the road for 900 meters. Follow the arrow on the display.
Okay, so I gotta shut this off
Follow
here.
the road for 200 meters.
Yes, I know you don't know where we're going.
You'll reach your destination area in 200 meters.
All right. A little sunny through the trees here. Oh man, we need lots of people here. Okay, I'll admit I don't love this one. So it turns out we're at something called the Hollidge Tract, or the Hollidge Tract. It's also the headquarters of the York Regional Forest. Really busy. A lot of construction going on in the parking lot, so I didn't film any of that when I was walking in, but it's reasonably quiet in the forest so far. Nice lot of snow on the ground, which is cool. So, we get in here, I guess we'll see how it goes. Just past the first crossroads. I don't really know where I'm going here, but it's not that big, so I'm just going to walk for a while. I'm going to check on the map. Got the GPS thing going though, so that's good. Okay, not so far. Lots of dog tracks, but no dogs here. So I like that. Alright, hopefully you can see that. This is another long, narrow tract, so I'm trying to stay away from the sides. This makes me think I should probably bear left here. Doesn't matter whether it's the first fork there or the second fork. Going east, which is the right side of the page. Oh well, here we go. Okay. So I went straight at a 4-way back there, and now it looks like I'm on a side trail, which was not marked at the intersection, of course. So now I'm somewhere. Well, we'll see. I just decided that I'm going to try and get to something called Vivian Creek. And to be honest, as I decide that, it actually looks like it might be right up ahead here. I bet this is it up here. Almost looks like there's a bridge, bench. I think I'm on the right track. Not the right trail, but the right track to get to this creek. Ta-da! Vivian's Creek. It's a good looking creek. You could get water from there if you needed to. You'd want to boil it before drinking it though. Again, I don't have enough fingers, but you can probably see where that red line crosses the creek. That's where I think I am. So I'm heading straight across here, and then I'm going to make the next right and the next right, which is going to double me back to a long straight shot back to the car. Maybe. We'll see. So just for the record, this is the kind of forest I like to hike in. Heavy canopy. You can see the trail going down there, but it's like winding. I'll do the 360 here. Heavy bush. Nice little creek stream. There's the trail I came from. This is the good stuff, right? It's tough to find this in these tracts, but this is really a great area. I could stay here all day. Just get up on this hill a little bit, and you can actually see through the trees. You probably can't see it, but that's the parking lot at the other end. So I've gone from one end to the other. Doesn't feel like it though. Feels like a relatively short hop, which is weird, because it's actually as long as all the other ones. I guess we'll see the distance I did when we get back to the car. Look at the GPS. 2 minutes later, and now I'm actually questioning this. I don't know where we're going. But because I like this trail so much, I actually don't care. I think I'm generally going in the right direction. Looks like we might be going back down this hill, back down to the creek. And we know what that means. Side trail ends. So let's see. That's the main trail down there. So I'm supposed to come that way. I don't even know where that is, but if I go this way, main trail. Okay. Let's find out. Okay, so I'm on the main trail. I don't know, I don't want to go this way. See the horses over here? These guys are looking at me like, what the hell? Who's that guy talking to? Yeah, they lost interest. But I've lost interest in going this way, because it's going to take me back to civilization. I feel like I'm going to be walking beside houses and farms again. So, say goodbye to these guys. So long, fellas. I'm going to go back this way, which may have me doubling back the way I came. But frankly, it's a better trail, more interesting, and less being in people's backyards. You know how I feel about that. Oh, this looks like fun. What could go wrong with me skiing down this little hill here? I'm going to keep the camera on for this, just in case I wipe out. We'll all have a good laugh. That's pretty steep, man. Good thing the ground's not slippery. Good thing there's not leaves all over the place that are a little slippery. Look at this. How did I miss this before? Boardwalk. Nice. That's cool. Crossing over the creek again. And nice little bridge. Kind of know where I am, but not really. main trail, so we're good to go. I'm finally on the main trail back to the car. And you just saw that sign that says I'm on the limits of the property. Might have brought the guy just came out of the trail. But what's cool about this one versus Robinson, you look behind me here, that's the limit of the property. And I'm not in somebody's kitchen. That's great. There are houses back there, I think. I can't see them, which is exactly what I want. I'm not gonna lie, this part of the hike is not super exciting. Decided to stop here under this beautiful pine tree. Wind's picking up a little bit. Never talked about the conditions today. It's about -3. Hasn't been windy at all until just now. It's getting a little colder. The sun was out for a bit, but now it's starting to cloud over. So yeah, here comes the wind. I don't know if you can hear that. It's definitely picking up. But I'm almost back to the car. Just walking down basically what is essentially a road. Looks like an access road. You can probably see behind me here that my back is up against private property. This is the boundary of the forest. So, but again, I can't see any houses, which is a good thing. I guess I'll just keep trudging on. You can probably see if you look down here behind me, that's where I gotta go. Just a straight line. Like I said, access road, probably back to the parking lot. So, anyway, here we go. That was the most boring straight line hike of all time. I can see signs of civilization. Oh yeah. Just looking through the trees here, I can see the shed that I just by the parking lot. So almost done with the boring part. I feel like I've come way farther than I normally do. It'll be interesting to see what the track is. Usually, can you tell I'm going uphill here? Usually these hikes are about 4K. Today I'm going to go maybe at least 5K. Maybe 5.5. I guess we'll check it when we get back. That's it. Hollidge Tract. What did I call it before? I'm sure I called it the wrong thing. York Regional Forest Hollidge Tract. Okay, we're back in the car. There's the whole GPS track map. So that is more or less what I set out to do. Probably a little bit more, which is why I thought that the distance was a little more. But bear with me here. Just flip this back to the track itself. So I said 5 kilometers, totally wrong. It's exactly the normal, 4.5 kilometers, about an hour, right? And I never pause this thing, so when I stop to look around, it just keeps running. So all the average speed stuff is all wonky, but yeah, so exactly what I usually do, 4.5K in an hour. Nice walk in the woods. Okay, so the Hollidge Tract. I think I finally got that name right. This is a good one. It has some really good spots. You know, going in, it's interesting because it's an accessible tract. So looks like there's a short loop that you can do in a wheelchair or what have you, which is pretty cool. You can get out for a stroll in the woods with the family and friends, which is kind of cool. So it sort of starts off that way. It's sort of flat and not paved, but very very level. Then it goes into a nice trail, which nothing stupendous, kind of straight. But then you'll recall there's a great section of old growth woods. It's dark where the stream runs through. It's down in a valley. It's very cool. That was my favorite part by far. And then I came back, sort of purposely, I came back along the side of the property on a long straightaway. Looks like an access road almost, because I wanted to see if it was like the Robinson Tract, where the houses were right up against the property line, and they're not, which is actually really, really good. So, you know, no backyards, no looking at people having coffee in their kitchens. It was very cool. Just more scrub, bushland. Couldn't see anything, which was great. So I like that part. You know, I can't do one of these things without talking about dogs. So the dog count today was 5. or wait a minute. No, the dog count today was 4, so that's pretty good. One of them not on a leash and no attempt to leash the dog at all. But of course, Monty the dog was super friendly, the owners assured me as he jumped around and ran toward me and so on and so forth. So I guess that's good luck for me. The other 3 dogs were leashed, were not leashed but then when the owner saw me, then they were leashed immediately, which was good because one of them was a pit bull, and I know pit bulls get a bad rap, but I don't know, Monty the dog was like a poodle of some kind, so he wasn't too intimidating, but one of them was a pit bull. But the woman leashed him right away and held on to him until I passed, which was considerate on her part, so that was good. Anyways, another successful mission, and as usual, back home for a hot shower and some food. See you on the next one.